Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, and welcome to Thinking Tuesday. It doesn't matter how long I've been doing this, and it's been a couple of years now. I just get excited every Tuesday when I have the opportunity to bring you another message about how our mindset affects our growth. I want to take any opportunities I can find for myself to grow myself, and I hope that you do too. And that's why I really believe in these messages that I share with you on Thinking Tuesday. Every Tuesday at 12, tune in for one of these messages. I really, really look forward to sharing them with you. We never stop growing. We should never think that it's too late to grow because as long as we have breath in you, at least that's my feeling, there's an opportunity for growth. So take advantage of every moment that you have where you can grow. And as you grow, you can grow others also. So you know that my mantra is that if you change your thinking, you can change your life, right? Your thinking really determines how you behave. And I do not want to lose any opportunity to grow myself and help others to grow. And that's why our slogan for Thinking Tuesday, as you already know it, your mind is a garden and your thoughts are the seeds. And you can decide to grow flowers or you can decide to grow weeds. So on Thinking Tuesday, we encourage you to grow flowers. The weeds that get into your way of thinking positively, expansively, thinking big, entertaining possibility thinking instead of thinking or limiting thinking. Thinking about possibilities, though the weeds that get in your mind that you cultivate in your mind, or you might not even be aware that you're cultivating. If you're not checking your thinking, these weeds get infused in your thoughts without you really knowing. And you only know them when the behavior shows up. So we want to think positively. We want to think expansively. We want to think about possibility thinking, not limiting thinking. Throw that self-limiting thinking out the door. It doesn't belong here. It doesn't belong in my life. And I hope you feel the same way too. And I believe that you feel the same way too if you're tuning in to watch this or to participate in this Facebook Live, or if you go to the YouTube where all of my Thinking Tuesday messages are stored. So, what have you been thinking about that you would like to accomplish, that the weeds of self doubt and fear have been choking out? Can you think of any of those? What have you been thinking about that you would like to accomplish, that those weeds, the weeds of self doubt and fear, have been choking out? When was the last time you really, really revisited that garden and did some weeding? Because you know with the way the weather is now, even our regular gardens, we have to really take care of our gardens because those weeds love heat. And just as our mind is a garden, if we don't pluck those weeds, they're going to infuse all the positive thoughts we have or want to have. So we want to remove those weeds that have been keeping you in the same situation, because those are weeds also, keeping you in limiting situations that you've been in that job that you really don't like, but you're just there because it pays the bills. Well, you need more than that. You're worth more than that. You deserve more than that. In that relationship, perhaps, that you know is unhealthy, but you stay because that's the only thing that you know. Well, there's a lot more for you to discover. So those are some of the weeds we're talking about. The mindset of fear of stepping out to start that business, perhaps, that you've longed to start. You have great ideas, but you are not secure in your thoughts. You don't have enough confidence. that job, that business where you can use your skills and your knowledge to improve your life and maybe the lives of others as well. Because your thoughts really define who you are, and you become a walking billboard of your values and your actions based on your thinking. Based on your thinking. It all begins with your thinking, and then how you act or not act on that thinking. Who do people see when they see you? How do you show up? How are you showing up? What kind of energy are you broadcasting out there? How do you tell others who you are? Your thinking will impact your self-esteem and your self-confidence. So if you're thinking negatively or you're thinking in a very limited way, it's going to show up in your self-esteem, your self-confidence. So don't be afraid to take that inward journey that I speak about from time to time, looking at how you feel, looking at the thoughts you have, looking at the experiences you've had, and how they've been impacting you moving forward. If they're keeping you hostage, then you want to really get rid of them. And there are ways to do it. You don't have to do it by yourself. It is said that your self-esteem is the single most significant key to your behavior. Your self-esteem. If you have low self-esteem, it would put a lid on your potential. It would put a damper, a lid on your ability to grow. You will convince yourself and others that you cannot do what you aspire to do, or that you might even feel that you can't even aspire to do anything. It's like, why try? But that shouldn't be the case. But if your self-esteem is high, the lid on your potential is high, and you see the possibilities. And no matter where you are today, if you're in a negative space, that can be changed. So your behavior will give clues to who you are, and you have the choice to determine how you show up. Again, it starts with your thinking. Now, John Maxwell, who's a leadership guru and one of my mentors, speaks about the law of the mirror. The mirror, we look in the mirror to see a reflection of ourselves. And many times we look past ourselves and we're just looking at, is our hair done right? Is our makeup right? Our clothes fitting right? You know, but the law of the mirror says you must see value in yourself in order to add value to yourself and others. You must see value in yourself to continue adding value to yourself and to add value to others, because you can't give what you don't have. So what you have, you can share with others. If you have a scarcity mindset, you tell yourself you don't have enough or anything to give. We need to develop a possibility thinking mindset, an abundance mindset. It begins with your thinking. See, everything goes back to your thinking. I'm such a strong believer in your thinking. And your environment is also crucial in determining how you see yourself. We're not all born in the same environment, but we don't have to be defined by our environment. I've heard so many stories from clients and others how their self-belief or self-esteem has been significantly impacted, positively or negatively, by something that was said to or about them that they bought into. And none of that can affect us if we don't buy into it at some level. And unfortunately, sometimes we buy into it unknowingly. We take things in sometimes without even being aware of it. And that's why we need to guard what comes into our space. Sometimes we're not aware of the negative consequences as that weed begins to spread through different areas of our lives, in our relationships, in our career choices or lack of career choices, in all aspects of our lives. while others cultivate those flowers, the flowers that we talk about, that's your positive thoughts that were offered them that increased their self-esteem and gave them the confidence to dream and take action and see the possibilities. So your environment is very important in shaping who you are, but ultimately you have the choice of determining if you're going to let that environment impact you positively or negatively, and how you're going to change your thoughts if negative things are coming into you. How are you going to change your surroundings? How are you going to change the people that you hang out with? Today, I really, really want to encourage you to see the possibilities for yourself and the life that you want to live. Give yourself permission. That's the problem, that many times we don't give ourselves permission to do the things that we want to. Give yourself permission to believe that you have the opportunity and that you can intentionally become the person that you want to be, or that you are becoming, that you would like to be, and achieve those things that you want to achieve. Give yourself permission, and do so by changing your thinking. Find someone in your life, or maybe outside of your circle, who would support your dreams and your aspirations. Because sometimes we have to get the weeds from out of our circle also, because they're not serving us well. Or you can find a coach. Never think that it's too much to invest in yourself, even in terms of time or finances. Find a coach who can help you develop a personal development plan. We plan for everything else, so why not about our development? Because that is going to be our guide to how we live our lives. So find yourself a coach. Find yourself someone who will encourage you. But first, you have to believe that you are worth the effort, the time, and the energy needed to develop yourself in any area of your life that you choose to. I can help with that. That's what I do. As a coach, I help my clients get from where they are, wherever that is, personally or professionally, from where they are to where they want to be. You can reach me through my website, drcherylburton.com, to request a complimentary consultation, to begin to share with me some of your thoughts, some of those thoughts that you've had, that you've been choking out, that the weeds have been choking out, that you have not been able to take action on, that are worth taking action on. You can also review some of my previous, all of my previous Thinking Tuesday messages through my website, in case you've missed any that you feel could be helpful to you, or to share with someone. When you find something that is good for you, that's growth producing, share it with someone. Share it with your loved one. Share it with your colleagues. Share it with your friends. So you can also, while you're on my website, review the services and the programs that I offer. If you don't see something there that you need, or that you'd like to review or talk about, that's fine. All of my programs and services are customized to my clients' needs. So don't be afraid to ask for something if you don't see it there. Again, please share this message with someone who you feel could benefit from it, right? And my Thinking Tuesday messages from previous Tuesdays can be found on my YouTube channel, Cheryl Burton Thinking Tuesday, Cheryl Burton Thinking Tuesday. So I hope this has added value to you. I look forward to seeing you again, or meeting with you next week. I look forward to hearing from you if you're looking for a thinking partner. If you have something on your mind, you want a complimentary consultation, I'm here for that. So take care, and I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at noon. That's the magical hour. Next Tuesday at noon for another message that I hope will encourage you on Thinking Tuesday. So take care. Bye for now. Enjoy the rest of the summer, which is fast waning. Before you know it, we will be seeing winter. But we don't have to think about that right now, right? Exactly. It's all about our thinking. So just enjoy what's left of the summer. Enjoy all of your days, because there's always something that we can be grateful for. So take care, and I'll see you next Tuesday at noon for Thinking Tuesday. Bye for now. Take care.